Hello, grade 4s. Today we will continue to work in our communicating skills book. Complete part 2 of our contractions lesson. You will need the following materials available: your communicating skills book, a blank piece of paper, and a pencil. Please take a few moments to listen to and enjoy the story called If You Were a Contraction.
If You Were a Contraction by Tricia Speed Shaskin, illustrated by Sarah Gray. Looking for contractions? Watch for the big words throughout the book. If you were a contraction, your best friend would be the apostrophe. You would change could not to couldn't and would not to wouldn't. Who's going to the store? Mama asks. I'm going, says Papa. I'm going, says Sister. We're all going, Brother says. Who is becomes whose. I am becomes I'm. We are becomes we're. If you were a contraction, you could add the word not to another word. Papa, don't hog the pancakes. You shouldn't overeat, Mama said. Do not becomes don't. Should not becomes shouldn't. Would not becomes wouldn't. Don't worry, I wouldn't dream of it, Papa said. If you were a contraction, you could add the word is to another word. Who's missing a hat? Mama asked. Who is becomes whose. Where is becomes where's. It is becomes its. I am, Sister said. Where's my hat now? It's right here, Brother said. If you were a contraction, you could add the word are to another word. The family enjoys the beach. They're building a sand sculpture. We're creating a piece of art, Sister exclaimed. And you're all dirty, Papa said. They are becomes their. We are becomes we're. You are becomes your. If you were a contraction, you could pair the pronoun I with another word. I am becomes I'm. I will becomes I'll. I would becomes I'd. I'm wearing my rubber boots so I can splash in the puddles, Sister says. I'll wear my raincoat, Brother says. I'd wear rubber boots and a coat, Papa says. If you were a contraction, you could talk about the past. You could explain what did and did not happen. The pigs hadn't cleaned the house for a long time. Had not becomes hadn't. Should have becomes should've. Would have becomes would've. Could have becomes could've. We should have remembered to take out the trash, Mama said. It would have helped with the smell, Papa said. It could have helped with the bugs, too, Brother said. If you were a contraction, you could take place in the present. What's for dinner? Papa asks. What is becomes what's. I am becomes I'm. I'm having cookies, Brother says. I'm having popcorn, Sister says. Let's have pasta, Mama says. Everyone says, that's a great idea. If you were a contraction, you could take place in the future. Papa says he'll learn to play the trombone. Sister says she'll learn to play the trumpet. He will becomes he'll, she will becomes she'll, they will becomes they'll. Mama says she'll learn to be a singer. Brother says he'll learn to play the piano. They'll be one fun family band. You and the apostrophe would always shorten things up if you were a contraction.
The contractions we will be learning about today, once again, are a little bit trickier. These contractions are whose and whose, as well as your and your. Whose and your are both possessive pronouns, showing who something belongs to. Example sentences of each include, whose boots are in the corner and your homework is due on Friday. Whose and your are both contractions. Whose is a contraction for who has or who is. Your is a contraction for you are. Example sentences of each include, who's going to the party tonight? And you're doing very well with memorizing your poem. Let's decide which whose to use in the following sentences. Will it be who's the possessive pronoun or who's the contraction? Remember the little trick that we used in our last lesson. See if you can replace the contraction with its two original words. Sentence number 1. Who is got the combination for the school locker? Does that make sense? No. Therefore, whose the possessive pronoun would be the correct word in this sentence. Sentence number 2. Whose snow pants were put into the lost and found? Does that sentence make sense? No. Therefore, whose the possessive pronoun is once again the correct word for this sentence. Please stop this video and try sentences number 3 and 4 yourself. All right, let's see how we have done. Sentence number 3. Whose turn is it to move? Does that make sense? No. Therefore, whose the possessive pronoun is the correct word in this sentence. And our last one, sentence number 4. Who is going to be late for the play practice? Does that make sense? Yes. Therefore, whose the contraction is the correct word in this sentence. Please watch the following video on whose and whose for a quick review of these two words. We'll be looking at your and your. Which one do I use in these sentences? Number 1. You are going to the movies with your friends. Does that make sense? Yes. Therefore, your the contraction is the correct word to use in this sentence. Number 2. Your homework will take you half an hour to complete. Does that make sense? No. Therefore, your the possessive pronoun is the correct word to use in this sentence. Please stop this video and try numbers 3 and 4 yourself. Let's try them together now. Number 3. Your chocolate chip cookies taste delicious. Does that make sense? No. Therefore, your the possessive pronoun is the correct word in this sentence. And lastly, number 4. You were having a hamburger with French fries for lunch. Does that make sense? Yes. Therefore, your the contraction is the correct word in this sentence. Please watch the following video. It will review your, the possessive pronoun, and your, the contraction.
Welcome to this section of Not to be Confused, brought to you by Online English Editor. In this session, we look at the difference between your and your. These two words sound nearly identical and look very similar when written. However, they actually have very different meanings and should not be confused. Let's look at each word separately. Your is used to describe something belonging to the person that you're speaking to. To be technical, it is a possessive adjective. Let's look at some examples. I like your bike. Is that your dog? He is your friend. Now let's look at your. Your is actually two words pushed together. To be technical, your is a contraction. So when you say or write the word your, you're really just saying you are. Let's look at some examples. You're a student. You are a student. You're a parent. You are a parent. You're lost. You are lost. In summary, your and yours sound alike when spoken, but have very different meanings. You can say to your friend, your understanding of English shows that you're a good student. Find more episodes of Not to Be Confused online at onlineenglisheditor.com/resources. Thanks for watching.
It is now time to stop this video and turn to page 125 in your Communicating Skills workbook. Please be sure to read the top part of the page in the green box. Then you may complete numbers A and B. Please remember to use nice, full, complete sentences when you are doing part B.